So I think early on, if we're thinking about, say, the 5th century BCE, there was nothing at all known about China or Japan. It was really India. And I think probably the really important thing to say at the beginning is that the Persian Empire was this incredibly important conduit for information between the West, using that phrase, I suppose, quite loosely, and India. So the Persian Empire at this point really stretches from the borders of the Greek-speaking world all the way through into northwest India. And we think maybe the first known Westerner to actually go to India would have been someone called Silax or Silax of Carianda. And in the early 5th century BCE, he was a kind of explorer, he was asked by the Persian emperor to sail down the Indus River, basically to see where it went. And we think he left, it's now been lost, but he left potentially the first ever account for Westerners of India. And he's quite an interesting guy. He really sets, I think, the tone for certainly these early centuries of Western interest in India, because he pictures the place as involving both fabulous strangeness and fabulous wealth, I suppose. So he sends back odd reports, and they kind of survive in fragments. As I say, we've lost his account in its entirety, but of people, for example, who have one leg, and on the end of that one leg is an enormous foot, so that they can lie back in noon and they can use their enormous foot as a kind of umbrella to shade themselves. And others have these huge ears which wrap around their bodies to kind of, provide a sort of protection for them. So really a place of fabulous strangeness and at the same time fabulous wealth, which really, as you can imagine, garners Western interest really from the get-go.